behind Grandma, start making funny faces.
Hi,
Come
my
on.
name is Lupi Romero, and I'm a pancreatic cancer survivor, fighter, warrior, diagnosed on February 11th of 2012. Originally, I was diagnosed with on gallstones. Initial diagnosis was gallstones, but then it was confirmed that I had pancreatic cancer. I then had a attempted Whipple on February 14th of 2012, which was aborted because they found that the cancer had attached itself to the mesenteric vein. And so then I was given 6 months to a year to live. I was going to my community hospital, which is a great trauma hospital, but then I was urged by a doctor I work with to go to UCLA to a pancreatic clinic. And so then I went there and I was started on aggressive chemo. I fought and I had a successful Whipple on January 29th of last year, 2013. I've been having, have had CTs every 3 months ever since I was diagnosed. And after my surgery, was an area of concern that the doctors at the community hospital where I was originally diagnosed, I work in that department. So they're more than the doctors I work with, they're my friends. And so they've been keeping an eye on this area, which is a really good thing because this area, they just weren't comfortable, and so they kept ordering CTs and a PET scan. And so the last 6 months, I think it started growing a little bit more. So then it was biopsied, and it was found negative, but it was contaminated, whatever that means. And so UCLA ordered a CT over at their facility, and then then they got concerned. And so they said that even though the biopsy was negative, and this growth is around my vein and my artery, there's a concern, and surgery is not an option this time because of the fact that now it has invaded the artery. If it would have just been contained to the vein, they would probably be able to remove that part, but because they can't, because now it's invaded the artery, what they're doing now is I started chemo today after a year and I think 3-4 months of being cancer-free. I started my chemo today was my first day, and I've been here all day, and I'm really excited because I was worried about how I tolerate the chemo, but I tolerated it fairly well. I have the same symptoms as before. My mouth is a little slurry, my speech is a little off, and I have sensitivity to the cold already. My eyes are watery. I'm sensitive to light. When I stand up, I feel a little like I would say like not a rag doll, but maybe a jelly doll. But those symptoms will last like maybe 3 or 4 hours. I feel a little flushed and sweaty. But so the goal is to shrink the tumor and then do some radiation to zap it. It's very small right now, so no, that's the goal. But we're just taking a treatment at a time. I just finished my Philfornax. It's an aggressive chemo. And then this is, if you've never had chemo before, this is like, this room was full earlier. I mean, there wasn't one seat in the house, but all the people have gone home. I'm the first one to come in and the last one to leave. And then there's goodies. People always bring goodies and water and stuff like that. And then I have an awesome view. I have my grandson. Can I see you? And then I have this awesome view. I work across the street at Mission Hospital. So, and then I have my purple, can you see my feet on here? I have my purple toenails. So I got my purple toenails, and then I've got my survivor blanket, my purple blanket. And this is my pump. Right here is my pump. This is, they're going to give me a shot, and this is my pump. You see the pump? So, in a few minutes, she's going to disconnect the IV from my port. This is where I've been having I have a little, it's a port where they connect the IV for the administration of this chemotherapy, but in a few minutes she's going to disconnect this, and then the nurse is going to hook me up to my pump, and then I'll have continuous chemo through I have continuous chemo until Friday. Friday morning I'll come, and then my pump will be removed, and then I won't have chemo next week, but I'll have chemo the following week. So for the next 3 months I'll have chemo twice a week. And so I just wanted to record and keep you updated, and this is my therapy, my journal. And so I'm really excited because I didn't know what to expect, because I had not had, this is the first time I've had this chemo after my Whipple surgery, and so I didn't know what to expect, but I've tolerated it fairly well. And so God first, keep the faith, and I love you, and I'm excited, and I'm going to beat this. Thank you for all of your thoughts and your prayers, and I love you, and we'll go skydiving in November.